Hello and welcome to the Chivalry to Survival Runs. Today's map is Bridgetown and I'm playing with a glaive as requested by the viewers. TLDR, the weapon really lacks a punch in terms of damage, but it's rather quick. So unfortunately, even though the description says it has stronger swings, I'm not really sure compared to what, because still, like light swing delivers 30 damage to an unarmored opponent, which is really pathetic even for a one-handed weapon, let alone for this big pole. Without further ado, let's comment the run itself. As you can see, the map has already started and I actually could not participate in the map stage where I could kill lots of peasants, so at least 4 to 5 kills are gone. Anyway, I'll try to get on top of the scoreboard regardless. So in the beginning, just trying to get behind the enemies and try to do some damage. Again, not particularly damaging weapon. Heavy overhead delivers 60 damage to an unarmored opponent, which is not a lot compared to other pole weapons or compared to a greatsword. Now 60 damage, that's for unarmored opponent, and for armored opponent, for a knight, it's 75 damage. So it's still better than any other swings, but not by a lot. So a swing, normal swing, delivers 37 damage to knight. Again, quite pathetic. So it takes around 5 hits to get enemy knight, and that's provided he's not healing. So really, I mean, what's the idea of having a bit slower weapon with long reach? Is to keep opponents at bay, those that have quicker weapons, like one-handed weapons, and simply out-damage the opponent. However, this stick, it seems like it's not very good. Even quarterstaff delivers more damage when doing heavy overheads. So yeah, really not the greatest weapon, to be honest. Actually, not really sure why it is at all this roster. I think it has absolutely nothing to add, except maybe a skin of fall shot, and that, absolutely nothing. By the way, I'm out of stamina, and that means I can no longer try to escape with my dashes. So instead, I have to stand there and fight, and I can also regain my stamina if I deliver perfectly timed counters. As you can see, faster, stronger slashes. So in a sense, stronger slashes is the way to go with this weapon. However, I found out that heavy overheads deliver much more damage and make the weapon usable at least than the heavy slashes. But yeah, we'll do some slashing here too. I'm already on the top of the scoreboard, even though I did miss out the first stage where I could score easy 5 kills against the peasants. As long as you follow correct procedure on engaging the enemy, like with situational awareness, appearing only there where you can actually get quick hits to the enemy and escape unscathed, then you can gather a lot of kills. On this side I see that too many enemies are there. I still can help a bit. Oh, by the way, this weapon is available for 2 classes. One is for the Vanguard subclass, and the other is for Footman subclass. So I choose the Footman subclass for the sole reason that the charging special attack is more intuitive with this weapon if it is done by a Footman class. It's just, it's much easier to land. I seem to fail land my special attacks with the Vanguard subclass. Oh yeah, and light overhead delivers 50 damage. So it's okay, again, not much, but it's okay. For two-handed weapon, usually people expect more, not 50 damage for armored opponent. So it still takes 4 hits to kill and knock a knight. Quite a lot. Too much, actually. So light hits is not what you should do with this weapon. Unless you are in the melee and doing counters and then you have to exploit your active parry, then by all means. But not usually. I'm trying to find a way up to the objective. The charging attack, it's 85, so it's the single most damaging move for this class. But that's also due to the fact that this class has additional damage for charging attack, similar to Vanguard subclasses, this too delivers additional damage with charging attack when he runs with a pole weapon sticking out to the enemy. Like again, special way to engage the enemy. Now this one actually died, but unfortunately did not receive a kill. So sometimes whenever enemy is killed by you, it only delivers you a takedown, because I guess the enemy already had one knock and was revived, so somebody already scored a kill. That's my thinking about it, how it works, but I'm not sure. Somebody who coded the game can actually tell me more. Anyway, I see that we're already on the last leg on this particular objective. Really whiffed my kick for the enemy, but that's okay. I received an assist, although I usually land my kicks, but not now. Again, not proficient with this weapon. Somebody who plays it more with it probably knows more. But again, I'm not planning to spend too much time with it, because it's just not worth the effort. I mean, you can kill people, don't get me wrong. You can kill, you can deliver damage, but it's not enjoyable as much as, for example, with Halberd. Halberd, 2 heavy hits, enemies down, enemies killed. I mean, any sort of class, not particular. I'm not talking about, you know, about archers and so on. But a knight can be down with 2 heavy overheads anyway. So unfortunately, Friendly died over here. I could not make it to him, because again, not particularly skillful with this weapon. Sometimes I miss my hits. Not now, of course, because the enemy was almost stationary. Okay, we're making up to this objective. I'm not going gung-ho, and I'm going through the left side, because right side has 2 active ballistas that can insta-kill you. So for this reason, I mean, it's best to avoid that side at the moment until ballistas are captured. Then we of course change the location. I see one ballista is still occupied, so it's already a risk to be here. But I'm always looking with a corner of my eye at the ballista guy. He's the biggest threat, so I don't need to look at much about, you know, at anyone else, because I'm trying to go around and just pirouetting. Oh no, this place is safe. So again, light hit, you saw 30 damage. So how pathetic is that? Now overhead is okay, light overhead is 40. Still nothing spectacular, but really underwhelming. I mean, if you can take a quarterstaff, you know, just remove the forward, you know, the tip, the iron tip, it would deliver more damage, which is of course a nonsense, complete nonsense. So yeah, this weapon, there's something wrong with it. Not sure why it's added at all. It's like a tool, okay, for tool it makes the damage over tool, so it's like if you take a rake or a shovel, so this is somewhere there, not much damage. If you think this is a tool, it's not a weapon, it's a tool. Yeah, in that mindset, then the damage is okay for the tool. So we actually captured this objective. Unfortunately, I did not get much into action because I had plenty of enemies sailing out from the objective. I see a lonely crossbowman. Maybe I'll be lucky again with my few hits. But I did you know, a perfect jab to the enemy, and so he could not attack anymore. Again, need to take care of stragglers. Delivered damage through the block, 13 damage complete, you know, in total. That means I removed the last bits of stamina from him, also his weapon, and delivered 13 damage. So it's okay. Again, don't think. I mean, this is not the problem of the weapon. Damage is a bit high usually, but whenever you block, if you do not have enough stamina, usually some damage will go onto you even through the block when you lose the weapon. I see quite a few enemies in the front. So I go through the left because it's not occupied, and I also can go behind the enemies. I see they are healing, so which is good. That means they are not occupied by other things. Also, with this weapon, it's possible to abuse short-range weapons like one-handed weapons. Unfortunately, I'm in a pickle here because I'm blocked by friendlies. Still with spamming overheads. Got some few assists, but not kills. Unfortunately. Now I received a nice bolt in my, you know, next to my shoulder. So it's not cool. I'm still trying to hit the enemy, but I should be making back to the tent and healing up. There are some nourishments here in this tent, which is great. It helps whenever the ammo crate is on a cooldown. And also if you have just a bit of, I mean, like half HP missing, then you can always go to the nourishments instead of actually using your bandage. Yeah, I actually hacked a few times into the objective too. Lucky with its enemy skirmisher was kicked by a friendly, so he was defending. So he could not defend at all and received my special attack from standing position. But it's not anything spectacular. This class has additional damage whenever you charge with a weapon, not when you deliver special attack from standing position. And this is penultimate stage of the map. Not very good for a short range weapon, and I consider this weapon pretty short range compared to halberds and other full weapons. But it's alright. Some kills can be scored, but even, you see, even an engineer's hammer, sledgehammer, delivered a greater range hit than mine, so it's really interesting. Doing a lot of damage to the enemy. Unfortunately could not secure the kill because the kill was taken by a friendly. That's alright, enemy went for a swim. Still on the first place. A bit challenging again, this particular place is a bit hard. It's just too many moving parts, and usually, I mean, I'm far away, you know, from friendlies. Quite often surrounded by enemies. So it's a bit hectic whenever there is a choke point, and this is not the smallest choke point, but still a choke point. And yeah, so it's a bit tough because enemy can come from different sides and you cannot escape much. You cannot swing because there's friendlies around, so they will get, I mean, they will stop and block your hit. Instead of hitting the enemy, you would hit friendly. So in those situations you just usually stab and do overheads whenever you play with pole weapon. And this is a pole weapon. So in closely following the objective, we have a few market stalls to be destroyed, and also the main statue to be also pushed. So that way, I mean, I received a quick kill and also tried to retreat back because I saw fire on the ground and it's additional hazard. You don't want to overstay there and not stay in the fire at all. Again, trying to hit with this particularly not the best range pole weapon. I do get hit in return by enemy two-handed weapons such as a war axe, because this is not a very long reach weapon. And all those trades I try to do, they are a bit risky, considering I'm not proficient with this weapon too. Look, what kind of message this is, right? Yes. Enemy still received probably active parry from friendlies and was able to deliver hit before he was hit, or you know, he could block my hit anyway. So in those melee, it's a bit hectic whenever there's so many friendlies and enemies in one choke point. It's pretty tough. I mean, I don't like those places when I'm playing with non-range class, but I love those places when I play a skirmisher or an archer. But here an example that even a swing from halberd has a better reach than an overhead from the glaive. Yeah, this is the issues I don't like glaive for. You just you trade your range of halberd and you gain nothing in return except a bit of speed. But once you do accelerations, then that's not really an issue. So we got rid of the statue and now only the nobles are left. The way it works is usually take a noble and you can jump with him through the window or you can throw him through the window. So stuff like that. And even though this weapon is a bit faster than halberd, Still, that does not let you do a spam, because enemy blocked and hit me in return with a two-handed weapon. Like, it's not a problem. So yeah, you cannot spam with it. I see that additional speed is okay, but it's not a game changer. It actually would take more damage instead of this. So 2 heavy overheads, not enough. 3 heavy overheads, that's enough to kill enemy knight. Because a heavy overhead delivers 75 damage and a knight has 175 damage. So yeah, not quite enough 2 hits to get rid of enemy knight. Actually, not a single class can be killed with 2 heavy overheads from this weapon. Not even Vanguard. Oh yeah, okay, maybe an archer, but you know, for archer it would take 2, yes. And as you know, I usually like weapons that can insta-kill enemy archer with at least 1 hit. So you can think that charging special attack might deliver similar amount of damage, like the enemy archer has HP, but not quite. Oh yeah, so I still need a bandage. And I saw that the ammo crate under the stairs is contested. So instead I go way back to our spawn to get a bandage. It's quite important to find out that minute and just go and try to get the healing items. 3 enemies here. Not sure why I'm risking so much. Again, not very proficient with this weapon. Hits are not landing. And that's a problem. Problem that next time I might get into a pickle where I need to counter and I cannot. Alright, enemy with one-handed weapon try to dodge a bit and try to engage after the block. But yeah, I mean, at the moment this weapon has a longer reach than one-handed weapon. So you can abuse range advantage. Now we have only 1 noble left to rescue. Other than that, the map is ending. So yeah, again trying to get rid of Agathians here and there for the objective. Delivered a lot of damage, but the kill was taken by somebody else. Now we're on the choke point where Agathians spawn. The map is ending. I scored 41 kills, but I did not enjoy this weapon at all. Thank you for watching. See you next time.